I am so excited. I went on the scale this morning and I weighed 126 pounds. I'm 5'7" with a small frame. My bust was 36.5. My hips were 37. My waist was 26.5. I've actually gained a little bit in hips. Let me tell you, Jesus Christ Fitness Program really, really works. Yeah, I took my blood pressure. It was about 108 over 65. My pulse was 76. So I'm doing great on Jesus Christ's plan and following the Gail commandments. And I'm finding that um, another thing that I'm doing, he said you need to do calories in, calories out for your weight management. So I thought maybe I'll increase my calories out a little bit. So I was walking a half an hour a day, but I found a new route that gives me more time. I've increased it now to 50 minutes a day, and that's making, I was kind of stuck at 129 and I couldn't go below that till I increased my walk. So now I'm down to 126. I'm taking Seroquel and every day at the same time, like Jesus said. What I was doing wrong before was I was following all this advice from people about, they're saying, oh, you got to have all these healthy oils. And I was eating too many healthy oils. I went out and bought hemp seed, which is fattening, by the way, and avocados, which are, they're both supposedly good for you. But I was buying them to, for healthy oils. But I already had organic flaxseed oil. That's all I need. Now, Jesus told me buying foods to alleviate a medical condition is off limits. So now I only buy foods to help me to lose weight. So I deliberately read the calories on the back and buy low calorie foods that are filling because I like to eat, but yet I have to exercise moderation. So the strategy that's working for me is that by logging in all of my foods and noting how many calories they take at myfitnesspal.com, I'm able to see how many calories I'm getting in that food. And sometimes I can plan my dinner in advance. Like I'll say, look, what should I have for dinner? Well, let's try this and see how the calories add up. They're going, whoa, gonna have to change that a little bit. It's a little bit too high. One thing I've discovered, if I want to stay within my calorie range, I've pretty much had to eliminate avocados, even though, unless I could get a really teeny weeny one, and avocados go brown really quick. So I'm not saying I'm not going to eat avocados, but I used to eat them to try to help me to maintain a healthy weight, and they were making me fat because I was getting too many fats in the day, so that I was probably consuming about 2,000, at least 2,000 calories a day. And apparently, you just can't lose weight unless you're running a marathon every day when you're consuming about 2,000 calories a day. I mean, for a bedtime snack, I would eat like a whole cup of nuts. That would ruin it right there. So I've gone from 140 pounds, or 139, down to 126. I've lost like 14 pounds following Jesus Christ diet management plans. Sometimes at night I get really hungry and stuffed up, and I can't sleep, because I get these allergies. And I'm following the Gail commandments help by washing my bedding, vacuum cleaning every day, taking a shower every day after I come back from my walks. But I'm finding that if I eat a low calorie food that's filling, like strawberries or watermelon, in combination with non-fat sour cream, which is a protein makes you feel kind of full, that satisfies me enough where I'm one of these people, I can't sleep unless I feel like I've got food in my stomach. If my stomach is craving and going, I'm hungry, I can't sleep. So I know a lot of people say if you do that, you'll never, ever be able to lose weight. But, each of us has our weakness, and we got to find ways to work around that. With myfitnesspal.com, I find as long as my total calorie intake for the day does not exceed like 1,250, I do fine. So what I do is, I love my nuts, but I only have a quarter of a cup per serving. and no more than a half a cup a day. And then I get the lowest calorie nuts I can find. I'm finding honey roasted peanuts work great. And another advantage of following this is that some of these low calorie foods are not too expensive, so it's saving me on my budget. Like I was in prayer last night. I said, Jesus, how in the world can I put $100 a month in savings? I don't have that much. I don't know where I'm going to find it. And I was saying, I've got a little bit of money in my bank account now that I can use for savings, but I expect to run out by August. And I was reading my devotions and saying, Jesus, can you show me how you're going to do this? And Jesus wouldn't answer me. It was like he was saying, Gail, I don't need to show you. You just need to trust me, okay? Just trust me. Just keep following the Gail commandments, and just take it a day at a time. And when that day comes that month comes when you need to lay aside $100 a month, I'll show you where to find the savings. So just keep doing your best. I'm actually saving money by following myfitnesspal.com because I'm eating less. I'm actually eating less. And actually, strawberries are one of the cheapest fruits out there, and they're one of the lowest calorie fruits. And I got to have some vitamin C every day, so that's it. But before I was doing all the wrong things. I used to be too skinny. When I had my systemic yeast infection, I weighed like 122 pounds, or maybe 120 pounds, and was too skinny. Like I weigh 126, but I don't look bad right now. This is 126 in the morning. It's going to go up I weighed like 120. And I ate like a pig, but I didn't eat any fruits. So I tried doing that for a while, but I find that my body needs fruits right now. So depriving myself of fruits is not the answer. But back then, I was afraid to have any fruits because, I was on a yeast management diet, and I was continually trying to get rid of the yeast, and nothing was working. I was probably consuming at least 2,000 calories a day while I was on that mostly in brown rice, oils, because I made fried rice all the time, which actually is pretty fattening. And but when you have a yeast infection, you don't gain any weight, even though you eat 2,000 or 2,500 calories a day. You know why? Because my infection was systemic, and these yeast eat the same nutrients that humans need. So basically, the yeast was getting it first, and it was eating. So I could eat like all this brown rice. The carbs would go straight to the yeast. They would eat it first, and then I got the leftovers, and I ended up weighing 120 pounds, even though I was eating like a pig, and I wasn't really doing any special exercises. But once I got on Seroquel and my yeast infection got cured, and the only thing I was dealing with now was yeast toxin left over in my body, which pretty much was getting flushed out by the Seroquel. Now my body's behaving more like a normal body. In other words, I can't eat 2,000 calories a day now and expect to weigh 120 pounds like I did when I had the yeast infection, because I don't have the yeast infection. So there's no yeast getting it first, and it's going straight to my body now. So I'm finding that myfitnesspal.com is great, you guys. Look at this. And my blood pressure, my pulse, you just can't beat this. My blood pressure is healthy, 108/65. I feel good. I don't feel dizzy. I don't feel like I'm starving myself. I'm not starving myself. I try to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. I usually average between 6 to 8. But I had so much watermelon yesterday, that's kind of like water, So, so the thing is, it works, folks. This is and a lot of my friends, like Judge Terrence Jenkins, told me he's been losing weight on this too. If you want to lose weight, this is the best diet. I think Jesus Christ may have designed that website. I'm not sure, but I think he may have. You have got to check that. It makes it so easy. You can log in your foods, and you can even put your favorite recipes so that you can log in your foods. You can put in your favorite recipes in a section so you can just automatically bring them over. And then you can automatically see how many calories you're getting at each meal and what you need. You can plan each meal right before you eat it. And you know how to prepare your foods. Like I used to make fried rice, and I just pour in 2 tablespoons of oil and fry it. It's no wonder I couldn't lose any weight. Now I only use like a teaspoon of oil to fry anything, and and I really keep tabs. And what I like about myfitnesspal.com is it has a carb section, a protein section, a sugar section, and I forget. But basically, it helps you to stay balanced. So, like when I get to the end of the day, I say, well, how many carbs did I get today? How much protein? How much sugars? How much? And I make sure I'm getting enough from each group, that I'm not emphasizing one over the other. I tend to be a little strong on the sugars because I like my fruit, but it's only a little over. Oh, and how many fats? Because the body does need some fats. So I make sure at the end of the day that it's balanced, that I got a pretty equal amount that I'm getting from each of those groups. And then doing that, I try to make sure that I stay in my calorie range goal, which for me is like 1,250 a day. And if I can make creative substitutions. Like if it's the end of the day and I only have 300 calories left, I think, well, what can I eat that will fill me up, that'll give me like 100 calories, and so that I won't go over. And it's usually something like strawberries, watermelon with non-fat sour cream, or a salad. But I usually need a fruit in the evening. But it might be different. And another thing that I'm doing is, I've noticed now that I'm walking, I need a little bit more protein. It's like my body's saying, and a little bit more carbs. So to increase, that's another reason I'm having fruit. Sometimes, maybe a couple hours before I go on my walk, I'll take a quarter a cup of honey roasted peanuts and maybe half a banana to give myself my body the boost it needs to be able to sustain myself on the walk and not feel exhausted as a result of the walk. And that's been working. So honey roasted peanuts and maybe half a banana are my athlete diet, to give my body what it needs to sustain itself, so I can walk comfortably and enjoy my walk and not feel like I'm suffering. If I'm malnourished when I go out on a walk, I was doing that like a month and a half ago. It's hard for me to walk. It's like every muscle hurts. So you need to be properly nourished when you go out for your walk, or you won't enjoy your walk. So I like to enjoy my walk. So I've invested in some peanuts and banana to give myself like athlete food. They say athletes need a little bit more carbs. Now that I've upped my walk to about 50 minutes a day, I'm almost like an athlete. So, and I also do another thing. Another thing that I've been doing is facelift exercises. By following the Gail commandments, I am finding that that my day is more structured. I don't waste as much time. And what I've been doing is I do my facelift exercises every day now, and my waist exercises, and I'm doing some upper arm exercises. And I'm working my way into if you go to my, if you go to my health page, I have links to the exercises that I'm following. So, and I follow Carolyn's facialfitness.com. I ordered her facelift exercises about 2009. They cost about $60. She has a version that's $40 too. And I find she works pretty good. Her exercises work pretty good, but you got to be regular about doing them. And I haven't been regular till like this past month. But I am noticing that some of the fine lines underneath my eyes and some of the wrinkles are diminishing a little bit. But and like my cheeks going up a little higher. So I'm 58 years old, but as a result of following her exercises and eating healthier and trying to stay hydrated, and then using a retinol cream at night to kind of over here and here and here where some of the fine line wrinkles are forming, seems to be helping me to not look like I'm 58. I think I'm really close to being with Brent, so I'm really excited about this. I'm not sure how the Lord's going to do it, but I think I'm really, really close. Anyways, I'm so excited. 126. Yes, 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 yes. 126, following Jesus Christ weight management program. You rock, Jesus. Thank you.